Georgia Lane with Creative Moments by G. And we're continuing our Christmas card series with, of course, our Christmas rose. Remember, I talked about this from Stampin' Up. It's a 2-part stamp set. Creates the cutest cards. We just went crazy. So today we're going to work on a Z fold. See, when you put it on your desk, it looks like a Z. A Z fold Christmas card. And then we've stamped in the middle. So easy to make. I mean, I just love the holiday season. And you know, we've got to get busy making our Christmas cards, right? So I hope you love this as much as I do. Let's head over to the crafting table and let's get started. So we are working with the Christmas Time is Here suite. And you don't find this in the holiday catalog or the annual catalog. This is just on the website. So if you go to my website, it'll be right here. You can click on it and then it shows you all the items that you can get. Now this is only for a limited time. So, and until supplies run out. So if I were you, I'd hurry on over and decide on what part of the suite you want. And look at this gorgeous paper. Remember, it's double-sided. Isn't that beautiful? And then, of course, this one is double-sided. And you can use this with the die cut set and cut this one out, which is what we did today for our Z fold card that we're going to make. Remember, this is what it looks like. And then as you put it on your desk, it looks like a Z. And then we just put our message on the inside and on the outside. So the first thing you need to do is take your trimmer, and hopefully you've purchased this trimmer. It is so nice. You're going to take your trimmer and you're going to take just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and you're going to cut it 4 1/4. So we just put it right there, 4 1/4. This is the long way to cut the paper. And that way you get 2 cards out of it. Isn't that great? So next thing you're going to do is put that in your scoring machine and you are going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then we need to go ahead and cut out some additional pieces. We're going to cut out our designer series paper, which is this one right here, and we're going to cut it out 2 1/2 by 4 inches. And then we're going to take some old olive, which is just like our card base, and we're going to cut it out at 4 1/2 right here by 3 1/4 inch. We need another piece of cherry cobbler, and we need it to be 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. We need a whisper white for our message, right? And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then we're going to use our die cut, and we're going to cut this out of that designer series paper that I showed you. And of course, all these dimensions will be over on my blog site. So you can click on the directions below and look for the link to go to my blog. So let's get to putting this together. I think the first thing we'll do is we will put together our piece of whisper white for the inside of our card, right? So we're going to use a tape runner. I like tape runners. You just have to make sure there's really not much maneuverability anyway. So it kind of sticks wherever you put it. So make sure you have it exactly where you want it before you stick it down. There we go. But that's really nice, right? So that the card doesn't fall apart. Now we're going to put the inside message, which is Merry Christmas. So we're going to use our cherry cobbler. And you know what I love about Stampin' Up is their inks match their designer series paper, matches their cardstock. So you can have cherry cobbler cardstock, cherry cobbler designer series paper, and ink. I just love that. So we're going to put this right in the middle, figuring that you can write around it, right, for your message. Hold it down to get good contact, and then just lift up. Oh, so nice. We're going to go ahead and shut this. And now we're going to, on this one, when you score it, you might have scored it like that. Well, you need to fold it back, and you need to use your bone folder, right, to get a good crisp fold. Next, we're going to put down this larger piece of paper, which is right here, okay? And we like the alternating color because we're going to do the flowers, and so we want alternating colors on this. Okay, so we're just going to lay this down. Okay, and now we need to make this big piece of paper that lays over the front, right? So what you need is you need your cherry cobbler, and we're going to make sure that it covers up. Now see, when I did the message, remember I put it in the middle so that we couldn't see it once the card was closed. Okay, so we're going to put our cherry cobbler. We are going to put this down right like that. Okay. Okay, just center it down, and we're using the tape runner so it really grabs it. And then remember, we've cut this out using our die cut with any die cutting machine that you have, and we're going to put it up on dimensionals. So let's go ahead and pick some dimensionals. You can just put them, I think I'm going to use 4. I love these dimensionals. They're very sticky, and they do the job, don't they? And then I'm going to use my poke tool, my little pokey tool, and we are going to center this right there. Now, you see how this is raised a little bit? It's already raised. You want to make sure when you put your message on that you only put the dimensional on this side. So let's go ahead and stamp this. Let's just test it first. Okay, we're going to hold it down because we want some nice dark text on there. Very nice. Okay, so you'll see what I mean. Typically, I use dimensionals and I put them on the message or the flower or whatever. But because I need to position it exactly where I need it, I'm going to put it on the card. I'm going to use my pokey tool, take off the top. Then we're going to position it right here. And that way we don't get it tilted because this is already raised, right? So the next thing we have to do in the final stage is to make sure we have it centered about right here. So we can tell that we need to add our glue from here back, right? Because you don't want this stuck down. So we need it about right there. So it's about in the middle of the pine cone right here in the end of the little berries. So I can tell where it needs to be. This time I'm going to use some wet glue. Get that. Make sure that I don't go past this. Okay. A little bit there, but it will dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it. Look at that. So pretty. Now, I think our final step, I'm going to use our glitter pen, and I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to the rose. Now, like I've always said, it just intensifies the color, so I'm just putting it on the rose part. Oh, I just think that really adds to it. And this glitter pen you can also find in the annual catalog. You'll want to buy lots because I use glitter for everything. Look at that. Can you see the glitter? Oh, I like it. Well, here's our card that we created earlier. And this is the one that we just created. This one doesn't have glitter, and this one does have glitter. So what do you think? If you run over to my store right now and make a purchase of this Christmas time suite, make sure that you use the host code as long as your order is under $150, and you'll get a little gift from me. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, please click subscribe so that you never miss my next video. I just appreciate you so much taking time. I know you're busy. I know this is a holiday season, and I just thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Remember, I'm wishing you a wonderfully blessed holiday season. I'll see you in the next video.